Hey folks, how you guys doing? This is another stream. As you can see, I've kind of been busy here trying to learn this technology, going crazy, pulling my hair out. So let's see how we go here. I'm going to do a little test message. Please let me know if you guys see this. Really would appreciate that. So here's a little test message. Give me a thumbs up or something. Give me a thumbs up or something. All right, so I sent that message out. So as I was saying, you've been seeing all this new changes and stuff like this. I've been learning so much, and I know I've got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go. Working with these new computer programs and editing software and streaming software, hoping everything is going good, hoping you guys can see it on the other side. So, absolutely amazing. That little clip, if you saw that earlier today, that little advertisement for this thing that you saw today, that probably took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to put that together. Editing, making the recording and all that stuff like this. This new stuff is just really keeping me focused and getting us going. So it's just an amazing thing to learn. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of YouTubers that are out there trying to help people and stuff like this, and it's just amazing. I'm Brent Can, co-founder of Impact Consulting and Training. I want to thank you and welcome you to the stream. If it's your first time here, very much appreciated. If you do a like button or you give me a little comment down below, give me a thumbs up or something like this. We would really appreciate that. I'm also going to be uploading this onto our YouTube channel. And as you see the graphics that I've been putting together, yeah, we have to do graphics and stuff like this to overlay. It's just the learning curve is utterly amazing. So this stream we're going to talk about, the title is Don't Survive, Thrive. Things are happening all over the world. Things are getting in some places out of hand. Things are getting some places out of hand, and that's what we're sitting here talking about. My partner and I, we've had some discussions about this stuff, and some things where we just want to make sure you guys are good to go. So anyway, let me know, like I said, if you can send a message. I've got it all set up to where hopefully you guys can send messages today. So the learning curve is astounding. Everything I have to learn real quick. So moving on, you guys have your drinks. Cheers. Happy Labor Day, if you will. Hope you're grilling, or if you have that possibility to go ahead and grill. So cheers, guys. Hope you got your drinks and stuff like that. And moving on, so today's title of the video is Don't Survive, Thrive. Yes, I'm looking at my notes over here, so I don't. And there's the chat window right there, so I put this up there, and hopefully you can chat in there, and I'll be able to see it. So it's an amazing thing. All right, and there's a bit of an echo. Okay, thank you, Andras. Let me see if I can turn off. I'm going to turn off one of my microphones. I got two showing. I very much appreciate it, Andras. So let me turn off this auxiliary. How about now? Can you hear me better now, Andras? Please give me a thumbs up. Give me something. Hopefully the echo is gone. I would really appreciate it. So moving on, you're going to see some streamers going along the bottom here. Okay, this is how you can get in contact with us. This is how you can follow us. This is how you can connect with us. Sign up for the YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Give us some thumbs up. Share the videos. We would really, really appreciate that. It's perfect now. Thank you, Lotzi. I really do appreciate it. I had two mics on. I really do, guys. The learning curve on this is utterly amazing. But this is how I'm keeping my mind occupied through this stuff. learning this new technology. I really do appreciate it. Excellent. So I've got two thumbs up from that side of things. So anyway, I just want to say we're really proud of ourselves for learning this technology. It's going to get better. Just give us time. We need to get new equipment and stuff like this, so that takes money and stuff like this. And if you want to help, please send me a private message and be more than willing to tell you how to help. I had to download application on my phone, so I'm using my phone camera as opposed to my computer laptop camera, which is better quality. At least that's what everybody says on the YouTube channels. And we need to get a microphone. I know we need to get a lot more equipment involved with this, and some of this stuff. So really do appreciate it. And moving on, got to move on. So today's title is "Don't Survive, Thrive." If you guys got to detoxify the environment that's happening out here, living in Budapest, what's going to be happening come Monday, if I'm not mistaken, the outside is going to be opening up for regular stuff, for regular day-to-day life stuff, with very careful, slow stuff, keeping your restaurants are open, keeping your customers separated and stuff like this. However, here in Budapest, it's still kind of going to be locked down. So the places to go to, you can't be going to them like normal on the island. It's the Labor Day weekend, so there's going to be a lot of, kind of upset people. People are getting more and more upset as it goes anyway. And there's all kinds of news out there, so it's about detoxifying your environment. So we're going with the private. If you saw the first video, okay, we're talking about survival, the principles of survival, the 3 steps of survival. First one was the environment. Remember that? And then the second one was your liquid intake. Cheers, by the way, guys. Hope you guys are drinking. Let me know what you guys are drinking. And then the third one is for food intake. But we're really focusing on the environment because this is the environment. The food is out there. It's plentiful. May not get what you want, but it's plentiful, and there's food out there. There's water and drinks and beer and whiskey, whatever you want. It's all out there, so that's easy to get to. But the environment, we have control over it in our perimeter, okay? And this is what we're going to detoxify the environment. And what we're talking about that is you got to remove yourself from the dangers. What do we talk about dangers? So you've got all kinds of stuff like this. This is kind of risk management is what we're talking about. So you've got your perimeter, you got in your house, you're doing good, doors locked, heavy door hopefully. You got your food, you got your water, everything's good on that side of things. And the thing that we don't have control of is the outside world. So the virus is still here. If you want the herd immunization or herd, what they're calling it in Sweden. What do they call it in Sweden? The herd vaccine. The immunity is coming from the not being locked down, but there's a lot of people that are still being hurt in the hospital and stuff like this. So the COVID-19, the virus is still out there, but they're not focusing on that so much right now. They're talking about the economy. They're talking about what's going to happen, the slow opening of these businesses in a controlled environment, in a controlled way of doing things. Well, people are losing money. The rich are losing money. The poor are getting poor. People are starting to lose their minds because you can only control people for a short amount of time, in this 30 days, and then people start getting what we call cabin fever. And as they start following, and then they get upset. And have you ever seen The Shining? Did anybody ever see The Shining? Jack Nicholson, and he goes crazy and stuff like this. This is all cabin fever. This is what happens. And these people go out and they just start getting angry, getting just fired like this. So we have no control over that out there. We have no control of the economy. We know that it's coming. So what do we do? because it's going to be coming, guys. We fear what we don't know, but the thing is, we know this is going to be happening. I'm learning how to stream. I'm learning this new technology, and yeah, there's nerves inside of me trying to figure this stuff out, trying to learn it. And if you guys know me, I'm not a technical guy. So my learning curve on this has just been like going into space. And I keep learning something new every day on this. And I'm so focused on this that I'm not really focused on the outside. I used to be a newsaholic, watching news on a daily basis, find out what's going on every day. I'm tired of the world leaders bickering back and forth and blaming he said, she said, they said. It's data overload. It's too much information to process for any human being. So what do? We know the outside environment is in deep shit. We know the economy is going to be in deep shit. People will not be able to live the way unless you're in the top 1%. And then none of this is really going to affect you overall. But it's the middle class that's having these small businesses that are opening and stuff like this. They can't make their money. All these people that got let go because of these businesses closing, and the poor people. Like I said the last video, the poor people have been living like this forever. So they've been struggling from day to day, so they understand what they've got to do to make things happen. And as you move up in society, we get comfortable with our lives and stuff like this, and we forget what happens in our past. And the thing is, now we got to take a step back. Where did we come from? What kind of environment were we brought up into? All right, were we brought up in a poor environment? Were we brought up in a poor part of the city? I mean, just think back to where you guys were at. Maybe you were born into a wealthy family. Great. So the thing is, what are you doing about it now? Do you still have that money saved up to where you can take care of yourself or not? So the economy is really going to be in a hit, and it's going to be a global economy. You guys hearing about this stuff. But getting into the details, we don't need to do that. We need to stay high level. We know that these things are happening. We know that there's COVID viruses out there still. They're working on vaccines. They've started human trials, okay? But just like a flu vaccine, it's 50% of the time it works. 50% of the time it doesn't. The number, it's there. There's nothing we can do about it, okay? We just have to accept it. Shelter in place. We can't hide in our caves forever. So we've got to get food. We've got to get water. We've got to get money. We've got to take care of ourselves. We've got to take care of our family. And it's just life, guys. If you don't, if you ball yourself up in your apartments or your houses, Darwinism, you know what that is, right? So the strong will survive. So the hunter, you got to become a hunter. You got to think survival right now. So remove yourself from that danger. The first step in knowing that is knowing that the virus is out there and knowing that the economy is going out there. All the little details, okay, we don't need to worry about. So if we've got these two priorities that we know is happening out there, what are we doing with ourselves? What are we doing to reduce those risks, that risk management? Taking care of ourselves, taking care of our family members, taking care of the people we love around us. I mean, what are we doing about that? How can we reduce that stuff? So that's the risk management. We got to think about what's happening out there and how we're going to move forward. So this is what I'm talking about, is what are the dangers? What are the dangers, guys? You got to think about in your individual lives, what are the risks in your individual lives? I know what mine are, what are yours? What am I doing to reduce those risks? Too much media, too much news, too much information overload, task overload, saturation just over the place. So I stopped watching the news. I watch about 15 to 20 minutes of news a day. And then I get online and I do research and try to do more of this learning of this technology that I'm now learning. So Tibor. Oh, Tibor, you got a life. You're breathing, right? So you got a life. There's something out there for you. So thanks for commenting, Tibor. But the thing is, we've got to take stock of our lives, our environment. What is a risk to us as individuals? Okay? And for me, it was too much information. I was getting too much, and I was watching multiple news channels to make sure that I was getting the right information, or putting my own story together from watching all these different news, from CNN to Fox to Al Jazeera to Sky News in Europe. So reading news articles online, all these reports, and is it really news? Are you getting the real news? A lot of news reporters today are just opinionated. So they're just going, he said, she said, and stuff like this. So that's a lot of information overload. And when you're working with computers and you try to put too much information into a computer at one time, see, I'm talking to three, software engineers and these computer companies. When you put too much information into a computer at one time, what happens? The computer locks up. It stops working. I think you guys call it, the engineers call it the blue screen of death with that screen. Well, the same thing happens to a human too. So the brain is a computer, and when you get too much information, you don't know how to process it. You don't know which way to go. So how do you reduce that? By limiting the amount of time that you get this information. Again, the two factors are still there. One, COVID virus is still out there. Two, the economy. What do you do to shore up yourselves with the economy, and what are you doing to protect yourself and your loved ones from COVID-19, the virus? So it's not to be afraid of. This is what I'm saying. Don't be afraid of it. Plan for it. Okay? So go with these. What is the danger? Analyze these things. Analyze those risks and think of ways to reduce those risks. Okay? Like I said, data overload for me was a big thing. TMI, the language, too much information. You get shut down. You don't know who to listen to. You don't know who to believe. And so, again, the two facts are out there. Everybody's having their own opinion. Everybody has their own ways of doing things. And this is what we're talking about you. You have your own way of doing things, and you've got to do your things your way based on the two facts that are out there, guys. Okay? COVID virus is still on the planet. It's not going anywhere. Two, the economy. It's still going to be shit, okay? These are the facts. This is what's going to happen. Anything below that, that's on you. You've got to figure out how to reduce those risks in those situations. So I changed my routine. I would get up every morning. So going on to routine, we got to keep doing what we're doing. So continue doing your normal stuff. This is how we start focusing, okay? Continue doing your normal stuff as if this time of everything was going as normal. You get up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, or have a coffee. So keep doing those normal things, but get dressed like you're going to work. Don't change those habits because you're staying at home, okay? Keep those habits. So number one, keep those habits. Keep doing what you normally do, okay? Don't change that. Don't change that at all. You have to adjust now, okay? So, for example, I adjusted my news intake on a daily basis. No longer do I sit and watch an hour or 2 hours of news in the morning drinking a coffee. I now limit that to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes maximum, okay? And that's all I do. So I'm getting the highlights. I'm getting different information from different channels, okay? And I'm putting my own 2 cents together because I know the two things are still on the table. COVID virus is still out there, and the economy is going to be shit. So what am I doing to alleviate that? I'm changing, but I'm growing. Okay. At the same time, I'm getting up. I'm having my coffee. I'm taking my shit. Going to the bathroom, peeing, taking my shower, brushing my teeth, drinking my vegetable shake, drinking my breakfast, my protein shake in the morning, taking my vitamins. That's what I'm doing every morning. And then I get to work. So I'm lucky, and you guys are lucky to where you can work from home. So keep working from home. But when you're working from home, this is my advice to you. This is what I'm doing right now, is I'm learning this new technology because Chris and I, my business partner and I, we have to learn different ways of doing our work. And being consulting and being a leadership consulting and organizational development consulting, we do our jobs on a face-to-face basis. This is how we do our jobs. But we can't do that right now. So can't wait till we get back to that. So what are we doing right now is we're finding other ways, other mediums to get our message out there. And this is the streaming for the company. This is one thing that we're doing. And the streams are, we're probably going to be doing one stream a week, okay, to see how things are going. And when we start making more money, we're going to be bringing that in, and we'll go into a multi-platform streaming. We got to buy this. So be streaming over on Twitch, be streaming on Facebook, and be streaming on YouTube all at the same time. So, but that takes all kinds of equipment and computer upgrades and stuff like this. And I'm learning about this, and I'm just overwhelmed by it. But this is something that I'm changing. I'm focusing on this and not that stuff out there. This is what I'm saying. Find something. If you're a developer, learn a new programming language if that's what's going to be good for you. Find something new to learn, something outside of your comfort zone, something you don't like. This is what we've got to do. And it keeps getting better and better and better. The graphics, like I said, I mean, it took me a long time to do what I'm doing now, to get to where I'm at. If you've seen from the first videos to now, it's, for me, I'm happy. So I'm growing, continually growing. So continue your norms, okay? And define those norms. What, even the littlest thing, define those. Write that down. What do you do on a normal day? Before all this bullshit happened, what were you doing before? And write it down. What has changed? Okay? Now, when you define your norms, it's going to get a lot better, because you're going to be able to actually visualize what you've been doing for all of your life, basically. And when you visualize what you've been doing all of your life, you can actually become more efficient at what you do. So these are the focal points that I'm talking about. You got to focus on making that more efficient. And after you do that, define your norms, then you got to grow your norms. So we've defined our norms, I've defined my norms, and now I'm growing my norms. So my day has changed. Again, the virus is still out there. And guess what else is out there? The bad economy is going to be coming up. So what are we doing to reduce those risks, to make us more safe in this current situation, this current environment? And we've got to plan as individuals. We can't do it verbatim. So I can tell you what I'm doing, but that may not be good for you. So you've got to do what you do. I don't know what your norms are. And we do offer coaching, okay? So I've got two clients that's contacted us, and we're starting a coaching thing, all right, online coaching, and we'll move forward from that. But this is how we're growing our business, okay, and we're doing better this way. So define your individual norms, write them down, see what you did on a normal daily basis before all of this crap happened, write it down, and then see where you can make adjustments in that. Again, your environment's safe. You're locked behind your door. You've got your food and you've got your water. You've got time to do this, guys. minor, okay, but it will give you something to focus on, and it will work, okay? So once you focus on this and you write this down, you find out what your norms are. This is what we're going more in depth about the environment, about clearing your head, getting away from the anger. It's going to happen. People are going to get pissed off. It's happening all over the place right now. It's been too long. You can only keep people pacified for maybe 30 days. And the reason they do that is because of the fear factor. Okay? They're afraid because of what they're listening and what they're hearing from the leaders are saying. Okay? They don't have ability, so they're listening. And then they go into their corners and they become biting their nails and oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Psychologically speaking, the oh my God turns out to start raising up and peeking what's going on. Has anything changed? To I don't see any. I see people walking on the streets. The sun's shining. The weather's getting nicer. Why am I in here? So we start losing focus. We start losing control of what the whole big picture is. And we start getting angry. And it's happening. It's happening. So we can't be like that. We got to understand the virus is still out there and the economy is going to be shit. This is what we need to focus on. Not what's happening outside. What's happening outside. We're going to get back there again, guys. The outside hasn't changed. Maybe cleaner air, but the outside hasn't changed. Okay, you'll be able to go to your pools. You'll be able to go to your lakes and lake houses and stuff like this. You'll be able to grill. You'll be able to get together with your friends again. But we're not there yet. Okay, it's going to happen. It'll happen. So let's focus on what we've got. Virus is still out there, and the economy is going to be shit. Norms. What are your routines? Write those down. Define them daily. What did you do every day? Normal stuff. Okay? Before this virus and stuff came. And then from that, you look at that list and you say, okay, what can I change? How can I manipulate? How can I change this stuff? Do I need to get rid of one of these habits? Okay? Another way to say norm is a habit. Can I get rid of one of these habits, one of these normals? Okay? Can I make this norm or habit better? So this is where we need to focus on. All right? That's all I've got for right now. I mean, there's been streaming for 36 minutes, it looks like. So it's about the good time because they're talking about 20 to 30 minutes is a good time for a stream with these kind of streams. But if you're gaming streaming, you guys can watch for 5 or 6 hours at a time. The psychology behind this is crazy. So I'm going to be ending up. Okay. I really do appreciate Chris and I really do, my partner. We really appreciate your time and your interest in this. If you guys have any ideas or any kind of concept of what more that we can talk to you about, we're going to be doing this and we're coming up with different talking points. I mean, for example, next week, next Friday, I'm thinking about why we started the impact consulting and training, doing a talk about that. So some people things, but we can talk about that you would like to hear about, okay? We also invite you to go over to, you see the streamers on the bottom. Please follow us on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is about the network, guys. Okay. Subscribe or follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. And I'll be uploading this video onto YouTube later. Cool. Thanks, Brent. Looking forward to it. Andrash, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. I would like, I'm trying to, hold on a second. I think I can give likes here. No, I can't. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. It's just delayed. I'm getting there. So, anyway, let's move on. Please follow us. If you would like to help us, please send me a private message You can do it through the consulting page. That's fine, the Facebook page. But please send me a private message and I can tell you how to help us. We would greatly appreciate it. Please share these videos. Again, I know they're not professional, but we're getting there. Okay? So we got to move forward and at the same time develop at the same time. So send us a private message. I'll tell you how you can help us and stuff like this. Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. And stay safe out there. We're thinking about all of you guys. We love you. It's the world, and we've only got each other. So this is where you see the alone together. Don't get pulled into the media again. The two situations are still out there. That's the virus and the economy. That's what we need to plan for. Those are the dangers that are out there for risk. What are you doing to satisfy that or to reduce those risks in your particular environment? Okay? So guys, happy Labor Day. Have a beer, have a drink. Here's a whiskey for you, and we'll talk to you later, okay? Oh, that whiskey is good. Guys, thumbs up. Very much appreciate it. Hearts and everything like this. Stay motivated. We're good. Don't pay attention out there. We got us in here. All right? Guys, take care. Again, don't forget, struggle breeds greatness. Lead by example. We'll be doing more leadership